Hello, this is Hartley Green Power assembling a 20 tube manifold hot water system from Baby Sun. You'll notice there are various catches since we don't have any written instructions. First of all, you unpack the package and then you will select the longest rails that go on the side, and the rails are different because the feet on the bottom have to face outwards, so you make sure the hole's on the outside. I would loosely assemble all the nuts first, make sure they're the right angle, and then you will use an air tool or something to tighten it up. And some of the nuts are a little bit awkward, so you need a socket. The systems are very effective. In the summer they can actually boil, so when you have assembled it you need to insert a relief valve that fits on the top on the hot side. Both the manifold is capable of flowing left or right, but it depends on the input and the outlet. The input is where you would have a small tops flow electric pump that works off a solar panel, and this would push the cold water through the manifold. And on the hot side you would have the relief valve, so that should it want to boil off it can just blow the steam out. Make sure your panel's facing the north and it's not shaded by anything, because if the panel fails to drive the pump then you will generate a lot of hot water and it's not going anywhere. You will see that you've got some cross braces. There are one long one for the base and then the two to hold the angle. If you want to mount the manifold direct onto the roof, you can actually go without this process and mount the feet directly onto the top long rails. You would use the tech screws that are already on the roof. There's no real weight on a manifold, so you're capable of just putting it straight on the roof, lining it up with the battens below, and make sure you seal any screws that you put on the roof. When it's finished you can unwrap the protective covering, and in each kit there will be a special reducer nut which we have sent over from China, because the manifold is a 22mm and most people are using 12mm pipes or 19. That's the copper insert and the sleeve, and it's a crush nut thing. You put it on the manifold using two spanners, tighten it up really tight, and that can stay there on the job. When you come to put the tube in, you need to use some washing up liquid, or you can spray on some fat, and then you'll remove the cap so that the tube can slide down in, and then it slips up into the manifold. You may have to line the copper piece of the heat pipe so that it slips into the right direction. Put the white thermal glue on the copper bit and then insert it up into the housing. Then screw the cap. You should try and end up with it flush. If you're really lazy you can actually get a socket and a tool, but it's so easy to cross thread them, it's better to do it by hand. Clean the tube when you're finished and you're ready to go. Try and get the water into the manifold as quick as possible, because they're generating heat in the sun straight away. In fact, you can do all the plumbing first before you put the tubes in. That's a solar cooker that we have.